Second grade, so you remember that pop art portrait that we just looked at, talking about the aesthetics with Andy Warhol? Well, you're going to be doing your own this time. And once I've got your picture, we're going to need to put it on these two pieces of paper. So the first thing you want to do is find yourself a decent regular pencil, write your name on those two pieces of paper, and then flip them over. So what you're going to end up doing is you're actually just going to trace your photo onto these pieces of paper. Now we have a couple different options for that. We have option number one, we can have two kids working on the light box over there. If the light box is not available, the shades will be pulled aside and you'll be able to use that window, which functions just like a light box. Power button for the light box is right there. Sometimes you got to push it a few times to get the lights to stay on. All it is a fluorescent light underneath that piece of plexiglass. So your photo goes down and then your piece of paper goes on top, and hey, would you look at that, you can see right through it. So you want to be able to trace your photo somewhere in the middle of that second piece of paper, and you're going to do your best with this. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes it's hard to see, but you're going to find the lines that you can find and you're going to lightly sketch them on there. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, your photos will be printed a little bit larger than this one, which actually ends up making it quite a bit easier. And as you watch me go through and trace some of my facial features, something that I want you to keep in mind is that nobody appreciates having their photo laughed at. Nobody appreciates having their drawing laughed at. These are works of art and they're all in progress. So please be respectful. Please be kind as you're looking at other people's work, and do your best to get some of this stuff traced. Make sure you trace it lightly in case you need to do any erasing later. Turn the light box if you need to and kind of check out what you got there. It's okay if you've got some of these open spaces on the edge, and I'll show you why in just a second. But don't forget that you're going to have to power that bad boy on one more time, and you're going to have to trace that photo a second time. That's right, we need two. 1, 2. Alright, pretty close as they slide off onto the floor. That'll work. Got some slightly different hair. It doesn't matter because right now I need to switch from my pencil, and I'm going to end up using an ultrafine Sharpie marker that are over there. Two types of Sharpies in this room. We have the one that says fine point and the one that says ultrafine. You'll know the difference because the caps are different and also the tips. We are not using the big one, we are using the small one. And all you're going to do is, you guessed it, retrace your pencil lines. I'm going to have to do something because obviously I don't have an elbow and I'm missing part of my head over on the side. So like I said when we were tracing this earlier on the light box, we're going to have to do a little something to make that look normal. And now I'm going to switch to my other permanent marker, and I'm going to put myself in a box. And my box doesn't have to be a straight box. It doesn't have to be done with a ruler. And in fact, it might have a little bit more character to it if it's kind of wobbly, a little bit like that one. And I'm going to repeat over here. Recycle bag. Make sure the caps are on these and put them back over there by the pencil sharpener. And oh hey photo, that can go in your portfolio for now. Don't trash it, don't take it with you because we might need it again, you never know. Decision time. You can either choose to start to color these things in with markers or colored pencils, or if you're a little bit over that face for right now, go ahead and start working on your background painting. So put a name on it. As usual, flip it over and choose 2 colors of paints. Yeah, you get to choose them. You get to give it to yourself. You want about that much paint on that tray. Water container, 1 per table, and you're going to need a brush. I'd use a big paint brush. That way we can do the background. You're going to have to split this paper in half. How are we going to do that, Mr. Brady, you might ask? Well, that's a good question. Easiest way to do that is to fold it in half. Hamburger style, not hot dog style. That means we want short edges on the left and right, long edges on the top and bottom. We fold it over so it kind of looks like a book. Hey, there's my name again. A pro tip. Moving your paintbrush in the same direction for the entire half of your painting not only looks a lot neater, but it makes for a painting that looks a lot more consistent because you don't have lines that are going every which way. All of these lines just go straight up and down. Now I'm ready to switch to purple, so as usual, I'm going to wash that brush, I'm going to dry that brush, and then I'm going to dig right in.